Good morning. Welcome to Frank's School. I've chosen this spot to stand at because I think with all the changes that are coming, I'll still be able to view things from here. I'm standing at what I call Erica Falls. This whole complex is really Erica Falls. It will turn Nadir Wheel, and right over here will be Stellan Wheel. But the names maybe don't matter too much. Down there, that fresh ground that looks like it's recently been dug, that's going to be, I guess I'm going to call it Frazier Mill. It's going to be a large building. It won't be just one of these little huts. It'll be quite a large building. It will be timbered. And I'm going to walk around and show you details of what you're looking at here in a moment. And maybe later I'll explain more about why I would call that Frazier Mill. But the short answer is that right over here are the charred timbers from David Frazier's barn, which burnt 2 or 3 years ago. The timbers were going to be firewood, and I said, "Hey, can I have them?" And they not only said yes, they brought them to me in a dump truck. Down there is the Impossible Garden. Way down there is the, I don't know if I have a name for it yet. Three-legged windmill. There you go. I could zoom, I suppose, but I'm not going to do that. Now the Impossible Garden, oh wait, and all those pallets, those are the remains of a hut that was right there. One of these little pallet huts that I dismantled 2 days ago, and I'm going to put up somewhere else. The timbers that are leaning, they're going to be a bridge to get the other timbers up there for Frazier Mill. And then these white stripes on the right, that's the Impossible Garden Part 2. That's where I'm extremely mulching. There's more to be said, but I think I'll probably start my walk around. Let's listen to the water a little longer. A sweet sound. This is the end of July. It's going to be August in about 2 days, and we had such a rain that the water's still coming out of the mountain. All right, now over to the timbers. That's where I was. Here are the charred timbers from that barn fire. Tragically, I think it was 3 steers died in that fire. Anyway, the loss of the barn's tragic indeed. But these were going to be firewood, but David brought them to me in a dump truck, and there's more over there as well. And here's more. Some of the planking I used already that was charred. There were actually 2 buildings that burned. And the one there was plank floor that was left that was charred, but I found it very useful. I've got to sort these out. Now the boards from the fire, the siding, mostly burned up. The rafters did as well. But as you can probably see, these are almost as good as new if you know how to use them. All right, now where? I guess over there to the bridge. That's what I'm calling a bridge. Yesterday, my neighbor Andy, with his little amazing backhoe, helped me to drag them and sling them, those 2 logs over there, so that I could roll other logs up there to get them on that disturbed ground. And they're in the grass here. This is an entirely different building, and you probably won't be able to see it because the grass is high around it. But it has absolutely massive sills, had and still has. As I say, you can't really see these. These didn't burn, but somebody took all the roofing off to recycle it. They took the siding off to use it. It could have been that it was American chestnut. I don't know, but I'll use those timbers. But to get them over there, here's an example of one of the sills that broke in the process. You can see how huge it is. They're oak, I'm quite sure, extremely heavy. And this bridge, the left beam was a sill. The right beam, I think, was a plate. Once I get the timbers over there on that ground, I'll be able to sort them out better. There's some of the timbers. All right, now let's see. Let's go look at the collection. First, this muddy mess is an attempt to scavenge the water that's leaking down through here and to take it over and drain it away so I can drive across here. And it will work. It's not done yet. This whole area was mined, and I've begun to suspect strongly that it was also mined not only for iron ore, but I think it was also mined for clay, possibly. And that hump that's going down there is spoil. That was the one way that you could drive a vehicle down into this area before I started. All right, now I'll walk just maybe a little bit. That water that lays there, I'll drain it away here, but that's a little bit of hard digging right now because the grass wasn't killed back yet. And all these pallets that are tumbled there, they all, well, there's the window frames and there's a door frame there. These pallets were either the floor or the walls of a hut. And here's the foundation of that hut. I took it down for several reasons. One was that it wasn't in the right spot. I know more now what I want to do than I did then. But another reason was I wanted that lumber that you're looking at. I have better use for that. And those long ones are they're 12 foot long at least. And across them went these, which were 8 foot long at least. And I think when I build a hut, I usually do not have to put that wood underneath it, which will shave about $100 or maybe more off the cost of a hut. So we're down to $200 instead of $300. There's the bridge, and let's see. I'll shut this off, I guess, and move on. Here's a similar situation where Andy with his backhoe dug that ditch to scavenge the water. There you can actually see it flowing. It's coming down through this area, which will be the Impossible Garden Part 2, and you can see how wet it is there, and I need to dry this area off so that I can drive through here for reasons later to be explained. The soil, you can see it since this is fresh. It seems to be reasonably decent soil laying right over a clay hard pan. And the water comes down just over the surface of that clay. All right, let's see what next. I guess maybe that area. Way up there you can see the water coming from Erica Falls. And that water, there's a ditch on this side that Andy dug fairly recently, and a ditch on this side that Andy dug longer ago. Here's the water coming out through it. And I had asked him in both cases to put the spoil on the only one side, and that's what this is. But it was humped up, and what he did yesterday was he spread it out. On this hump of soil, I think I can build a Frazier Mill. But I have to get the timbers over here first. As far as the foundation is concerned, Andy has called me a minimalist. Well, yeah, that's okay. I think my foundation is largely going to be that, and it'll just be point loaded, where, you know, a little hard to explain. But I got to get the timbers down here before I even know exactly where this will be and what size it will be. I think maybe that's all for today. Bye for now.